Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 2OG Soaking and Stitching Island Style. I'm Antoinette, your hostess, and this is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, Tunisian crochet, giveaways, tutorials, life on an island, and all other kind of fun stuff about fiber and whatever may come up in my brain. Welcome to all returning fiber family. Welcome to new fiber family, and if it's your first time here, you're welcome to join the fiber family. This morning it is dark, as you can see. It's 5:30 in the morning Atlantic time, and I am on my way to St. Stephen's to teach a first aid CPR AED class. I just found out about it Thursday late afternoon, so here I am. I was up at 4 o'clock. So I get showered, and it's quite chilly this morning. It is 31 degrees Fahrenheit, -1 Celsius. So it is chilly this morning, but it's supposed to warm up to a whopping 10 degrees Celsius, which is probably about 42 degrees Fahrenheit. And hubby got up this morning. He went down. He's working. He's firing up the ferry. And I get to the mainland, I gotta get some gas. Just looked at my fuel gauge. So it's an all-day thing. I'll be in class until 4:30, and then I'm also working tomorrow. It's a weekend class. But tomorrow we have 15 students today, but tomorrow we'll only have 5 because 10 of them only have a one-day class. We do what's called combo class. Some people may only have a refresher. Some people may only have to have partial. So that's how it works. So this is my co-teach class that I'm making up for the one that got canceled a couple weeks ago. And then when I get back from PEI, which I'm leaving next Sunday for, I will do my final solo teach, and I will be fully licensed. Which is going to be interesting because apparently towards the first of the year, I'm going to be getting busy on the ferry, working close to full time. So between that and teaching, I'm just going to have to organize my schedule so I can do my podcasts and everything else in between that needs done. I will tell you, yesterday I had some Happy Mail show up. So I will, probably Monday, we'll do an unboxing for that. I haven't even opened it. I know what it is. I ordered it. But we'll do that unboxing on a Monday because tomorrow, by the time I get home, it's going to be probably 6:30 tomorrow night. And I'll be pretty much whooped by the time I get cleaned up, showered, supper. But I thought I'd, take you along with me in the morning. And, I got to stop, like I said, get my Timmy's. I have some coffee from the house, but I gotta have my Timmy's. Can't go to the mainland without having a Timmy's. And I'll gas up and then boot scoot to St. Stephen's. Now, St. Stephen's is right on the U.S.-Canadian border. It is our border town. It's a big, what we would call, in comparison to the island, a big city. So, all kind of fun. I'm going to pick up a new SD card so I can film the whole ride across the Confederation Bridge when I go to PEI. And somebody told me, Lindsay from Knit Eco Chic told me about go to Ravelry Road Trip, and I can locate any local yarn shops up in Summerside, PEI, where I'll be at. And maybe I can get some footage there after I get out of class up there. And, maybe get some decent video up there. But other than that, I just brought a pair of socks that I'm working on. Now, these here, I am practicing, and actually it's not too bad. I am working with my Addi Flexi Flips. This is a toe-up sock. I'm working it with a zigzag sock yarn. It was sent to me in Happy Mail last year or the year before. But it's taken some getting used to these needles here, but they're not bad. It's like working with 9-inch circulars and DPNs all in one combination. But that is where I'm at so far on these. This is there's looks like 6 needles, but this is what they look like. And the fiddliest part is when you're, now this is toe up. I'm going to try a pair cuff down with them. I just had to find the tutorial, and there's Stacy from Very Pink Knits actually wrote a pattern that is very specific to these flexi flips that you can use with them. So, but it's a toe up pattern. So, like I said, it's new to me. I will have to say I'm not a fan of toe up, but we'll see. There is no seam at the top. That's the one good thing about it. But it's really not that bad. You just got to push your yarn up, and you knit normally, like you do in, you know, working with 9-inch circs. But when you get to the end, let me get this here, and I'll show you what you do at the end. And the other needles just hang there. And this is, well, how could I put this? It's a combination of magic loop, 9-inch circulars, and DPNs. So the lady that invented these, Sylvia Rausch, is from Germany. She does have some tutorials, a few tutorials in English, but the majority of her tutorials are in German. She does have subtitles, but she's the one that invented these. And she did have the intro video. I think these have been out for, maybe 3-4 years. They were the originals. Now there are other companies that have something similar to the Flexi Flips. I think Hiya Hiya has them. In the Mary Maxim catalog, there are some plastic ones that are solid. They're not flexible like these. They're mainly for socks, but I imagine you can do some small circumference knitting, like baby mittens, maybe a preemie hat. I don't know how probably a preemie hat you could probably get away with doing. The little scratch mitts for the babies. I'm almost done. I'm almost done at the end. When you get down towards the end here, see I'm kind of done on my last stitch. Always make sure on your first and last stitch that you kind of pull down so you don't get your ladders. Oops, I dropped a stitch. Don't want to drop a stitch. Get this last stitch here, it's fiddly. I'm trying to do it in the camera. Okay, there's my last stitch. Okay, so I finished the last stitch, and what you do is you turn them like that, and then you are ready to always make sure your yarn stays between your needles, and this demarks my right side. So I finished and I'm back to my right side. So that is the Addi Flexi Flips. So I'm just practicing with them. It's just an alternative to the 9-inch circulars and the DPNs that you can use, and that's what it gives you. So that's what I was working on there. I have my wrapped up in Cozy Cable sweater scarf by Knititude Chantal. She's a Canadian designer. Working on that. I'm getting ready to go to my second skein. Really I did the cup. I'm on the 12 repeats of the 24 row repeat. And it's just keep on doing it. I started recast on my Airbender. Now I'm doing the beads. After I spoke with Lindsay after the interview, I talked to her about the drop stitches. Trying to talk her into doing a tutorial for the drop stitches. But she says there are plenty. She had showed me, how to do it, but I'm still not quite comfortable with doing the drop stitches. I think it's right around row 235, because you end up with like almost 900 stitches on your needles with this shawl that you drop your stitch, and then you just, and it opens up the drop stitches, which shows off your butterflies. Now, the charts for the pattern, this is an advanced pattern. It's advanced. I am taking my time. I told her it'll probably be sometime next year. Between working with the fingering weight yarn and the 3.25 needles, and I'm doing my beadwork, which actually is not hard at all. I intimidated myself thinking I couldn't do beadwork, and it's not hard at all. In fact, I had forgot to do the beads on the left side, so I actually luckily wasn't too far into it. I think I was like on the 10th row. I, as an afterthought, added the beads, figured out how to add the beads to it. Now, I'm not using glass beads. I didn't have them. I'm just using some craft beads that I had, but they seem to be working out nicely. Now, she said there's some places that you can't put a bead because when you go to drop the stitches, the bead's going to fall out. Well, I'm putting a bead all the way up, and a bead falls out because I'm not quite sure on the pattern where the beads don't go after row 23. So it's going to be interesting. Still working on finishing up the hat. I'm going to start my car here. Hold on. Getting a little chilly. It's getting a little chilly. I'm still finishing working on, it's my TV knitting. I put it beside, the couch, my chair there, and I work on Shane's second hat and matching mitten set. So I'm done in the Briggs and Little Wool evergreen. I had showed you that. I only have a few things left of my Christmas knitting and crocheting. And I have the next stitch for the Ladybird cow, pick and mix cow, and I have to do that yet. I've never done a loopy stitch, so I've got to look up a tutorial for that. I'll probably do that either riding along or just sitting around on break today. Find out how to do, just get an idea of how to do the loopy stitch. What I'm making is just a small lapgan, because it's basically the back of my chair in my craft room. It's neon colors. You put your sunglasses on. But that last one we did, the bobble stitch, oh Lord, it was a yarn eater. I've got to check my yardage to see if I have enough. I'm thinking of ordering one more skein of each color to make sure I have enough. The black I have plenty of. I have a big mega ball that I'm using for that. Because the mega ball is a 3-weight, whereas my four colors are a 4-weight Craftsmart, which is fine. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It's just a blanket for me. It's not a gift for anybody. If I was doing a gift for somebody, I would probably be holding the 3-weight with a 2-weight to make it the same consistency, but it's for me, so who cares. Let me see. I'm working on the editing of the interview I did with Lindsay. That will be airing sometime later this month. I will put a preview announcement up to let you know when it's going to be. Now, with my upcoming upcoming schedule, we will see how the lives will work out. I enjoy the lives with you ladies, so we will see how that works out. We've been having some issues with the internet. For some reason, all of a sudden, it just it goes out. And then shortly after, it plugs up. I've been on the phone with Xplornet, and they said it might be just a glitch. Our Starlink that we're still waiting on, we all know about the supply chain problem worldwide. They're having difficulty getting the silicone chip, the silicone for the chips they need in the production of the Starlink dish. So, who knows? You just gotta wait. There's nothing you can do. They're sitting on my deposit. It's there. Got my place in line, and it comes when it comes. I don't get too crazy about much. But I am gonna pause the video here because we're gonna be loading fairly shortly, and I will be back with you after I gas up and on the ride to St. Stephen's. Then I will do a little clip on the way back, and then I can upload this tonight. So until the next clip, I'll see you later on. everybody. Well, it's the end of the day. As you can see, I had a rough day. I'm on the ferry, headed back to the house. Let's see, how did my first day go? I got some good evaluations from my students. They said I needed to talk louder. Well, it's difficult with the mask on. I had to keep my mask on. But tomorrow we'll see if I can talk louder. I have my time down, but I kind of mixed up and kind of forgot some things. But like my mentor instructor said, it was your first time. She says you have the confidence, you know the material. She said you actually did a great job. I said, I don't think so. I'll give myself a D for disaster. We're our own worst critic, right? So then I come in, I get in the car, and I'm heading back here on the ferry, and I'm working on my sock, and what do? I drop a dozen stitches. Yeah, so that's how my day ended. I wasn't going to play cards tonight because I have to get up at 4 in the morning. But you know what? I need a diversion tonight. I really do. So I'm going to go play. When I get home, I'm going to do my lesson plan for tomorrow. I'm doing bone and joint injuries, eye injuries, poisoning, environmental injuries, and wound care. So I only have 5 students tomorrow. 10 of them only had a one-day course. So enough about school. I can finally tell you about the secret test pattern I was doing because it released today. I tested for Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast. All this information will be in the description box below. And also where to get the granny stripe cardigan. I will have pictures in this video, and I'm not going to upload this tonight because I am actually going to add to this video to my unboxings, and I will have the cardigan on to show you. As Hannah puts it, it's a wearable blanket. It was a beautiful pattern, easy to do, and go over and get yourself a copy of the pattern. Now she's on Ravelry and it's on PayHip. Now PayHip, the pattern's $7.50 US, but on Ravelry she has 2 pay what you can options, and one is for $5.50 and one is for $6.50. And if you're unable to access Ravelry, if you email her and you need one of those options, she will gladly work with you. PayHip, she said she hasn't had a chance to figure out the coupon codes, but she's working on it. If you watch her podcast for today's Saturday, she talks about it and shows her cardigan she did. She did hers all in mini skeins, and her genius behind the pattern is for people to be able to use up all their mini skeins and advent calendars. And since advent calendar season is coming up, she can show you. Now in my cardigan, I had some minis from Holzgarn that I used, 3 shades of blue and 3 shades of gray, and then I also used it in conjunction with Hirschner Sundance Soulful Stripe sock yarn and Holzgarn Coast in Royal. Excuse me. I made a few additions to the pattern, which she encouraged us to do. I add 9.5 inches to the length because I wanted mine long, so mine comes down to my knees. And I added 2 rows of trim on the front and the sleeves. But I loved the pattern. It was very, very, very well written. Hannah did a beautiful job on the pattern. So please go over and support her. And if you go to my Ravelry page, I have a project page for it. Gives all the details of the yarns and the hook and any notes I had on the pattern, and just helps support Hannah because she's a sweetheart, and this is her first cardigan pattern, and she's absolutely over the moon about the pattern. And let's make her get onto Ravelry's hot pattern page. In other words, be a featured pattern. So we're getting ready to pull into the wharf. So I'm going to end this video now, and this will be added to my video that I do Monday of my unboxings. And I will let you know how the second day and last day of my first co-teach class went. I am going to co-teach a second class because I feel I need it, because I want to be able to do my best when I do my monitor class, which is basically my test to see if I am ready to teach on my own. So, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Hugs, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. Here's bye for now from Deer Island. See you in the next video. Hi everybody. Well, it is Sunday. It doesn't feel like a Sunday, but it is Sunday. I just finished my second day of class. I taught half of the class. And my mentor, instructor, said I did a good job. There was a few sections that I kind of got turned around in my head. But she says, you know your material. You just need to get your class flow down. Which means I just need to go through my manual, plus I have to update. They sent us some more updates for our manual. I have to update some of the modules. But I can say that my students, the sections that I taught, they got every one of the questions right on the test. So I did something right. They learned what I taught them. So it was a good day. And we have decided that I'm going to co-teach another class just for my peace of mind and to make sure I have some of the things when we went over my evaluation that I missed or misplaced within the curriculum, because we have to teach St. John Ambulance's curriculum. We can't deviate from it. So I have to make sure that what I'm teaching is what they want us to teach. And I have to teach it from a first aid instructor, not as a firefighter, a first responder, or a nurse. I have to teach it as a first aider. And it makes a difference because of the level of care that you can give. In other words, basically, I have to teach them to work within their training. There are some people that have more training. I've got more training. But when I'm at a scene and I'm responding as a first aider, that's what I have to act as. Now, mind you, in Canada, my province where I live, we have the Good Samaritan law. If I have my certification and my licensing is up to date and current, and I go above a first aider's qualifications, but I have certification, I can prove my certification or my licensing at a higher level, then I am protected under, the province will protect me, that if somebody decides in this day and age, you just saved somebody's life, they're going to sue you now because you broke their rib giving them CPR, which happens. If you give CPR correctly, there is a good chance you're going to break a rib, or you can feel the bones compressing. But you do what you have to do, and it sometimes does happen. The first time I gave CPR and I felt that bone break and hurt it, I think my face must have went white as a sheet. But then as you do more CPR, it just this is going to happen, and you become not complacent, but you're ready for it. It's that very first time when you possibly break that rib, that breastbone, or break a rib. It's unsettling. So enough about school. I'm off. I'm done. I had 3.5 hours sleep last night, and I got up at 4, went back to bed until 5, and got up at 5, and I've been up since 5. And I'm headed back now. I'm going to stop and get a Timmy's, one for me, one for hubby, because should be on the 5:30 ferry, and that's his last trip. He just did a 13-hour shift, and going home, getting out of my fancy teaching clothes. Oh yeah, I'm all dressed up, earrings and a necklace, my hair just put in a ponytail. I got dress pants on, I'm all dressed up. Professional. But anyways, I wanted to finish this video out. What I did decide to do is, I thought I'll take this video, the two clips from the first day, yesterday. I can't believe it was only yesterday. I'll put them together, edit them. There's not much editing to do. And I'll upload them. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on the Happy Mail. I'm going to do a video, and in that video, I'm going to show the Granny Strike cardigan, talk a little bit about it, and talk a little bit about what I'm working on for my whips and finished objects. I thought I would just make that one video. And this week here, I'm going to try to plan out, maybe do a live early in the week or in the day when everybody's at work. We have peace and quiet before I have to leave next Sunday, because next week I don't, other than me being able to do a video going across the Confederation Bridge and maybe LYS when I get out of class, the only thing I can say is if the internet's good enough, maybe I can get on in the evening for a short time, not one of our 2-3 hour sessions we do. I can't do that having to get up to go to class. But other than that, I'm headed home and I'm tired. My brain hurts, and I still have to get the video edited for the interview I did with Lindsay, and that probably is not going to air for a couple of weeks until I get back. There were some things during the interview I have to edit out, some of the footage that accidentally, something that was shown wasn't supposed to be shown because it's a surprise for later on after the first year. So I gotta go in and edit that, or blur it out, or do something. But I got an email from her, and I don't have a problem doing it because I just love Lindsay. What else? I can't really think of anything. Oh, look, broke a clippy on my satchel. I gotta change my clipping. Too much stuff in there. I'm gonna have to transfer all my stuff because my teaching kit's getting bigger and there's more stuff getting into it, and yeah, so I'm almost there. Get my full licensing and certification for my instructor certificate. But my personality is I will not take my final exam, which is my full teach on my own, until I think I'm ready. When I'm doing exams for a uni course that I'm taking or something, I have really high standards, and I like 100%. But after this past year of spending so much time in school, it's been 12, 15 months straight I've been doing school. I mean, I'm still going to be doing my accounting school, but that I can work around that schedule. I have till next August to finish my course. Excuse me, I was just trying to finish it early, but with all the other courses and schooling that was thrown in on top, I just couldn't do it both. I mean, Firefighter 1 was in this year, and Firefighter 2 is going to be coming up. After the first year, I'm looking at possibly my first responder, advanced first responder course. My head, all the information in my head. But if I want to be an instructor, I have to know the material. I have to be able to teach my students the right information in the right way and deliver it in such a way that they understand it and comprehend it. I mean, I know it here, but it's getting it from here to my mouth. Like I said, the only difficulty was trying to talk for 8 hours with that mask on. It makes me sleepy. I took a break, went outside, got some fresh air because I couldn't breathe. But anywho, I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will be back in the early part of the week. I have got a request. I'm going to look at trying to do a tutorial. I don't know if I have time this week. If not, I'll have to wait till I come back on Block 17 for the Leisure Arts Cal. I still have people asking me for that. Plus, I just remembered, I have to do my loopy stitch section of my Ladybird cow. So I gotta get that done. I watched a video on how to do it. Don't seem too hard. So I gotta get that done. So with that, my wonderful fiber family, have a great weekend. I'm sending you lots of hugs, lots of love. And as you know, I always remember to tell you, hugs, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on, make the world a better place. sunshine is to flowers, what smiles are to humanity. So pass those smiles around and make it grow. Bye for now from 15 kilometers outside of St. George and a ferry ride to Deer Island. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.